were, among others, bearing arrogant warnings of an invasion by an army he termed as his army that has capacity to capture Kenya capital Nairobi in 2 weeks or less than. The same Kainerugaba Muhoozi tweets as attributed referred to President Uhuru Kenyatta of Kenya as a big brother, and particularly stated that it was a mistake for him to relinquish power, that would have changed term limits and contested, possibly forever. Thirdly, in the same tweets, many times he paused and many times alleges that he's supervising Operation Shujaa, but specifically referring to Uganda Army as his own. Ladies and gentlemen, and to the public out there, we want first of all to question the capacity under which the alleged tweets, allegedly by Lieutenant General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, were made, because we want to understand whether he made them as a son of someone, a commander land forces, or just as a normal Ugandan found in a bar, tweeting using his phone. Because we have seen some dramatic videos where he dances falling. Probably we need to interest ourselves on whether these are sober tweets and in which capacity they were made. Secondly, we want to put on record that the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda provides for the Uganda People Defense Forces, the UPDF. And under the Constitution, there is established a law, the Uganda People Defense Forces Act. In oral translation and meaning, the UPDF is a national army belonging to the Republic of Uganda and squarely to the people of Uganda. It is not a force that should be owned by a single individual, whether that individual being a soldier or being part of the defense forces, an officer, or being a commander whatsoever. It is the army and a national army for the Republic of Uganda. Whereas in the past we have seen the same force being illegally deployed externally, including the operations we had in Congo, where now Uganda is paying heavy prices in terms of compensation and fines after losing international court battles. We are very careful not to have a similar experience where Uganda is indebted, partly because of the recklessness of the deployment, without even sanction of Parliament. Ordinarily, any deployment of the armed forces should be sanctioned by Parliament. Even now, the recent Operation Shujaa, we haven't received a thorough brief as Parliament of Uganda. There is an illegality already ongoing. May this be a trigger that the same force want to attack a neighboring country? We want to assume not, at least legally. Secondly, the army is a national army, not a personal army. Does the army now purport to operate as a personal army? 3, when it comes to regional and international sovereignty of nations, Kenya is a sovereign country. Any tweet allegedly attacking and posing a threat to the integrity and sovereignty of a country called Kenya is an act of war, is an act of aggression. We disassociate ourselves as opposition from such reckless statements, unfounded statements, idle statements, drunkard statements, and irrelevant statements. They cannot be attributable to a national army called the Uganda People Defense Forces. And ordinarily they want to task and caution the military through their spokesperson and the commander, the commander of the defense forces, to come out strongly and disassociate the national army from these reckless tweets attributable to General Muhoozi. They are not tenable in law or governance and can pose a security threat to the people of Uganda and the nearby countries. We have already seen reactions from the Republic of Kenya. Various stakeholders are coming up strongly castigating Uganda and the people of Uganda. We want to tell them and tell the people of Kenya that for us as Ugandans, we disassociate ourselves with any act of aggression, any act of enmity, and any act of war, be it in a threat or in actual form. And we want to tell them that equally inside Uganda, we are also under attack. That's why we are discussing about abduction, illegal detention, among others. They rather join us than looking at us, the people of Uganda, as their opponents. These are reckless statements. We condemn and we call upon the defense forces and the UPDF to come out strongly and disassociate themselves with these tweets. They are reckless and not founded in law. Similarly, we are questioning the educational status of General Muhoozi. Maybe we are having an army where the commander land forces is a P2 graduate. No one has ever examined his academic credentials. The army, as known of within the law, is a professional force. Where is the high command? When do they sit to question such reckless statements? We always stand with the oppressed people of Uganda. We respect sovereignty. We have seen the same general, a number of tweets attributed to him, mentioning scenarios in Ukraine. We stand with the oppressed people of Ukraine and sovereignty of states. We don't allow any country to attack another country. But according to several of his tweets, he has supported attacks and aggression against other nations. We shall find ourselves defeating the whole purpose of integration as the East African Community, the whole purpose of integration as the African Union, or we may even have now a retarding force from another country attacking Uganda, and the people of Uganda will be the victims. The statements and reckless statements by attributable to General Muhoozi are regrettable, are reckless, but we also want to question his academic credentials. We have so many generals who probably are qualified, but have not been promoted up to now. They don't occupy such positions. Where did this newcomer, General Muhoozi, whose academic record is not known, how did he become the commander of land forces? This is also questioned, and we shall continue to question it even through parliament by whatever formula. So we want to condemn and disassociate the people of Uganda from such reckless, idle statements that can attack and threaten regional security, regional peace, and may cause enmity and hatred against the people of Uganda. It is regrettable, but we task the Minister of Foreign Affairs. They have abandoned the foreign relations. We had recently, and probably it is a growing trend, the same general with no trace of diplomacy or be it academic or be it in roles was engaged in was seen going to a country called Rwanda. We have a diplomatic mission in Rwanda, an ambassador and a deputy, fully paid and an embassy. They don't engage in diplomatic relations, and we see generals engaging in diplomatic relations. Are we at war? What is the status? And what is the relevance of paying an ambassador and a deputy without them engaging? The Minister of Foreign Affairs, General J.J. Odom, he has absconded from duty. He has not been cited at the ministry, not even in the parliament. Where is he as a Minister of Foreign Affairs? We want the Minister of Foreign Affairs to come out strongly and give a diplomatic statement and position that Uganda is not at war with any country and is not attacking any country anytime soon. And we want to mend relations with the people of Kenya. Otherwise, already the public in Kenya is up in arms. And we have so many Ugandan nationals living in Kenya, some working, and it is our trade route with Kenya. What if our commodities are attacked as a result of this threat? What if trucks delivering commodities and supplies now become a target because of a reckless statement of one idle son making reckless statements? We don't know his qualification, among others. It's regrettable, and we demand that Foreign Affairs Ministry, together with the army, come out strongly to clear the position. But as well, we also need to question the academic credentials of one Lieutenant General Muhoozi Kainerugaba. We cannot abet an army, probably commanded by a P2 graduate, without clear his history of his training, be it secular, be it military training. They all remain questionable. Otherwise, where would we be landing in such tweets with an army where the standards require professionalism? It's